like, I'm good now. Like, somebody could tell me the nigga got hit by a bus, and I'm gonna be like, well, damn, how fast was the bus going?
I ain't gonna tell you I'm that bitch, I'd rather show you.
They ain't keeping up, my feet is up, he eat it up, I never bluff, you bitches ain't doing enough.
I ain't gonna tell you I'm that bitch, I'd rather show you.
They taking notes, stay afloat, they knowing that bullshit to go.
Y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Selena Faye. As you can see from the title, I will be telling my little breakup story. A lot of people be wanting to know, so I'm gonna let y'all in. I would like to say that this is not me bashing my ex-boyfriend. I'm just stating all facts, all truth. The truth hurts, so if it hit a nerve for anybody, sorry, not sorry. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. This particular relationship is the reason why I prefer not dating dudes that have kids, got a baby mama. That's not the reason we broke up, but once I get to telling the story, y'all gonna be like, that might have been the reason, okay? So, we got together in December 2019, around Christmas time. Note that he had been sliding in the DM. You know how niggas is, just being nice. Like, he was super nice. I would not take that from him. He is the nicest person in the world. He's super nice. But yeah, he had been sliding in the DM, just sending me little sweet stuff all the time. And I was just like, eventually, like after a couple months of him sliding, I'm just like, should I give this dude a chance? Should I give him a chance? I'm telling folks, showing folks his picture, and they just like, that ain't even your type, because he wasn't my type. He was short. He was from the hood. I'm from the hood, and I never wanted to date dudes that were from the hood. That's just me. Oh well, sorry, not sorry. He wasn't my type, but I was like, you know what? I gotta kind of dismiss the flaws and the stuff that I don't like. If I really want a real relationship, some stuff you just gotta overlook. That's how I feel. I need to overlook this stuff. We ended up going on a date. We went to a Mexican restaurant. I love Mexican food. That was number one. That's how he got me, the Mexican food. We went to a Mexican restaurant. The vibe was good. Like, it was just all natural. Everything was all cool. Ended up going to the movies a few times. We was always going out. We was spending every single day together, like every day. Still, he was more all in than I was. So that was actually a good thing, because I'm like, okay, my feelings ain't really involved for real yet. And then I went out, me, him, my sisters, their boyfriends. I went out on New Year, went bowling, had some drinks. And I was like, I told her, I was like, okay, I'm falling in like with you. I didn't say love, I said like. I said, I'm falling in like with you. Maybe, I think it was later that night or the next day maybe. I can't really remember. He was all like, you somebody, you like me and I'm in love with you. And I'm like, what? He in love? Okay. I'm like, you got this nigga hooked. Yeah, he in love. We eventually started spending more and more time together. I was spending the night at his house. I ended up getting the keys to his apartment. My job was like maybe 4 minutes away from his house. So I wasn't driving all the way back home. I was going to his house every day, every single day. And if I needed more clothes, I was going home, getting my clothes, going back to the east side. Mind you, he stayed on the east side. So yeah, he'll get off work. I had to start cooking. I don't cook for nan nigga. I barely used to cook for myself, but I had to start cooking for him. When he got off work, he had food ready and other things ready as well. We was spending so much time together, and that's how we got so attached to each other. And I know that's how I got so attached, because I'm with this man every single day. A couple months went by, and eventually I moved in with him. That's where I went wrong. Don't ever move in with no nigga, y'all. Don't move out your parents' house to move in with a nigga. 'Cause guess what? When he ready for you to go, boop, you gone. All right? Moved in, and then things got like really serious. Let's jump to the baby mama topic. So during this time when we was spending so much time together and me moving in, I didn't really hear about her or have any problems out of her. Once we started getting like super serious, she started texting, calling. He ended up blocking her and didn't hear from her. I don't know if I said this already, but when me and him made it official, like at that same time, that's when I found out she was pregnant. I was like, I give it a chance, because it didn't like he had a baby on me. So I was like, I'm gonna still, be with him. So we got so serious, y'all. We start building our credit. My credit was already straight. His was already straight. But we was trying to get it up some more because we wanted to get a house together. We was looking at houses. We was looking at these nice, beautiful houses. Like, we was ready to, we had the plan in motion. Looking at furniture, all that good shit. Like, we looking at houses, furniture. We want to live in this neighborhood. We want this many bathrooms and bedrooms. I want the kitchen to look like this. And we was doing all that, looking at houses. I had got real close to his family. I'm calling his brothers and his sister to this day, my brothers and sisters. Like, we had a lot in common. I will say that. We both had a lot of siblings. Both of our moms had 8 kids, raised in the hood. I had started feeling special because he was telling people that he was gonna marry me. I'm the first girl he wanted to marry that he ever been with. The first girl he actually told that to. I wasn't the first girl to meet his mama, but I was the second. I started going over his mama's house, talking to her, having the conversations with her, just getting close with the family. My relationship was so freaking public. Social media relationship, pictures, videos, just recording everything, taking pictures of everything. You always see us posting each other. Once the posts start getting serious and heavy, that's when we start having those baby mama problems. Him and the baby mama, they were in a relationship previously, before me and him. I will say this, she had no problem being the other chick. That's just being 100. She had no problem. It was easy for her. She didn't care. She didn't care about being the other female. She didn't care he had a girlfriend, cause he used to cheat on other girls with her all the time. So this is nothing new for them. She was supposed to be blocked, but I end up being me, going through his phone. She only was allowed to write him on Snapchat, which is who wants to hold that position. I can only write my baby daddy, my boo, whatever on Snapchat. Yeah, they used to hide those messages. They never saved the messages, ever. But I was always able to see like a new message that she sent. It never was enough information, but eventually it all came out. Yeah, she used to talk about me on Facebook. Of course, I used to throw a little shade too, cause I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this even going on? Because I know that previously I had tried to get along with her for the sake of me might having to be around her child, but she wasn't hearing it. She said it wasn't about him, but it was, because if it wasn't, me and her would have never had any problems. It would have just been like, we could sit down and talk like grown folks. But no, she didn't want to do that. She still had feelings for him. They were still messing around. So there's that. I kind of feel like I'm all over the place, but it's kind of how this relationship was, all over the damn place. This is the first dude to meet my entire family, both sides, mom and dad. No nigga has ever met both sides of my family. This is all new to me, so at one point I'm actually all in, and now I feel like, okay, I don't want to lose him. That's how I started feeling. I think he knew that, and I wouldn't say he took advantage, but that nigga knew. He knew I got her now. Being a whole wife, y'all, being a whole wife, I'm not gonna act like, you know, everything was just all bad. In the beginning, it was all good. Things started getting bad the more far along the girl became with the baby. So at about 5 or 6 months, he started real funny. Niggas be thinking they slick and they getting away with stuff, but dudes don't understand, don't realize that their routines change when they're doing something they have no business doing. So I get on Facebook. Just me, you know, just lurking, just being Selena. And she puts, it was a little group, a little messy little group. She puts in there how, basically she was just telling about her little sexual experience she had the night before. And I'm like, I know she ain't having sex with nobody else while she's pregnant. So the only other option was him. I said something to him about it. Of course, he denied it like a nigga would do. But I'm just like, why she even feel comfortable putting stuff like that out there? But whatever, Those were the type of girls he was dealing with before me. I'm not the type that I'm not gonna beg you for nothing. I'm not gonna ask you for nothing. I'm not about to bust your windows, pop up on you, key your car. I'm not that type of female. But that's what he was used to dealing with, so gave him back to the bitches he was used to. So yeah, of course, after I confronted him about that, he denied it. I joke about my breakup a lot, but I knew at that point after I confronted him and he lied to my face, like sat there in my face and lied about it, and I just asked you, I gave you the opportunity to tell the truth, I knew I was stuck. I knew that it was gonna be hard for me to get out of this relationship. Cause at this point, this is toxic. You having sex with other people and then coming back home and smiling in my face. Like, come on. Really smiling in my face like everything all good, like you ain't out here doing your dirt. That's what got me. Cause it's like, you got the opportunity to tell the truth. We can end this before I get in too deep. But, of course not. I was stuck. After that, I had already just started assuming that she wasn't the only person that he was having sex with. But to my knowledge, she was the only other person. I never found anything else. Maybe him flirting with other people, but never proved that he was actually going over there having sex. And of course, they weren't coming to our apartment. I was always there. But yeah, I was wondering like when he had time to even do all this. And then I knew I went to my mom's house that stayed in Tennessee. That I'm assuming that was the night that she had posted how they had sex, and she was like fully detailed, like just let it all out. She didn't care. And so yeah, he was having sex with her while I was out of town. Such a nigga. Can't even go out of town without your nigga cutting up, doing wrong. But I had already made up in my mind, I can't trust him. But it was hard for me to let go because I had invested so much time, got all the way out my comfort zone, all the way out my element. I done moved in with him. I wasn't trying to go back to my parents' house. I don't even like how that look. You done moved in with this nigga, now you gotta go back home. Because you know how parents is, they already warned her, you sure this is what you wanna do? And I was so sure because I was so in love with this man. So yeah, I'm like, whew, I'm stuck. I was going through his phone. He had 2 phones and an iPad. I wasn't really going through the iPad because wasn't nothing in there for real. But I used to go through both phones, rate both phones nightly, daily. And that was just so unhealthy. I couldn't even sleep because I'm wondering when he done seen her or if he's seeing anybody else, if he beating with anybody else. It was actually one time I was about to leave, y'all. I was on the way out the door. I was about to be gone. He was just so apologetic and just begging, stay, holding me, and I just got sucked back in. And I'm like, okay. So I stayed. And I really feel like, to this day, I feel like he did all that just so he could break up with me later, maybe to get back at me. I don't know. That's how I think about it to this day. Like, I was about to leave him. I was out the door. I was headed out the door. But I just got sucked back in because I was just so in love, y'all. Love will make you do some stupid shit. Like, when folks say they was stupid in love, that was me. A dummy, for a dummy. That's what I was. I told y'all, the far along she got with the pregnancy, the more funny he started acting. We had stopped going on dates. We stopped going out of town. We weren't really, it was just in the bed at home type of stuff eventually. We had started arguing more. It became so like depressed, sad. I just started getting real sad, and I'm like, I'm stuck, y'all. Like, I'm really stuck. Like, when people be saying, girl, just leave, it's not that easy. Like, it is really not that easy. It's so hard to just leave. Yeah, so like when she was maybe about right before the baby shower, we had a real like heated argument about that because I felt like they weren't together, so there was no reason for him to attend the baby shower. Like, cause she wanted to, I knew that she wanted to, you know, post pictures, make it seem like it was more than what it was. When it was, but they wasn't in a relationship, and I knew she would probably try to make it seem like that and just have me publicly looking stupid, you know? That's how I had felt. But yeah, right before the baby shower, we broke up. He broke up with me. He was just more like, I don't think I can love you properly. I need to work on myself. Bullshit. When a nigga is doing something he feeling guilty about, that's when he decide he want to leave. He was feeling guilty, got tired of feeling guilty, and decided to end it. I packed all, no, I didn't even pack all my stuff. I stayed at my friend's house. That night that we broke up, I stayed at my friend's house. I cried all night long. I know she was like, bitch, shut the fuck up, god damn. But yeah, I stayed at my friend's house that night we broke up. Got no sleep. Got back to his house, which was supposed to be our apartment, the next morning. All my shit was packed, slid in the living room, ready to go. So yeah, I feel like, you know, he was ready for this. Like, this was his moment. Slide all her shit in the living room. She's not here. I had already had a storage because I had so much stuff, so I had to put stuff in the storage. But I put most of my stuff that I didn't really need in the storage. He did help me put everything in storage, move everything, put it in my car. All that. We leave the storage. We get back to my car so I can officially leave. We talked. He said again how he can't be the man that I need him to be. He can't love me properly and all that bullshit. Hugged. I got in my car. I didn't go back to my dad's house, my parents, my mom and dad house in Birmingham. I drove all the way to Tennessee, 4 hours, not 4, 3 hours, and I cried the whole way there. I called my mama like, Mama, we broke up and I am on the way there. She was just like, come on. That whole 3 hours, y'all, that was the longest drive of my life. I have never cried that much in my entire life, like ever. I stayed in my mom's house maybe a week, and every day I was just crying, just uncontrollably crying. Like every time I stood up, every time I blinked, crying. Like that's how hurt I was, because I'm like, I put all this time into this relationship. I was actually serious about it. I thought he was serious. We talked about our future together, all that good stuff. We looking at houses. I'm being just the best girlfriend that I can be, and I'm just wondering, what's wrong with me? What did I do? Was it me? What can I do better the next relationship? I'm just questioning myself every single day. I was crying, just crying, listening to sad music, crying. Couldn't do nothing without crying. One time I was just sitting up in the bed, just burst out crying, and my mama was just like, that was the first time my mama actually like I felt that mother, daughter, I'm gonna kill this nigga for my daughter love. Like my mama cried with me. That's how it was. Like I'm just full of tears, y'all. Like I just could not stop crying. So I decided that I was not about to stay in Tennessee. Not doing it, going back to Birmingham. I didn't want to go back to my parents' house in Birmingham because they had already warned me, are you sure this is what you want to do? Move in with this nigga and then might have to come back. I wasn't doing it. So I moved in with my grandmother for a short period of time. Mind you, oh my God, I left this part out. Right before we broke up, y'all, my brother had died. And I'm not talking about like no long distance brother. Somebody I grew up, same house, same mom. My brother had died. One of his brothers died too. Maybe, I don't even think it was a whole year. So I felt like at that moment we were gonna get closer. But no, I actually think we started drifting apart after that. After my brother died, everything just started going wrong. I moved in with my grandmother. My brother used to live with my grandmother. I was staying in the room that he stayed in. So it was the breakup and then my brother died every night. That's what I'm spending my time thinking about, crying about. I couldn't work, y'all. I was like, it was days where I was just like, I don't want to work today. I just can't do it. I can't make it. I'm not gonna be able to make it. I was crying uncontrollably. Every time I took a step, I was thinking about him then my brother, then him. It was just like, I was losing my freaking mind. I became so like depressed. I didn't want to go nowhere. I wasn't talking to nobody. My mama, she would come to Birmingham and like check up on me. She would come to Birmingham and I spent most of the time in the bed crying, sleep, crying, wasn't eating. I just couldn't do nothing, like, and it got to a point where I was like, I need to get back to me. I gotta get back to me, because this not gonna work. I ain't never been this sad in my damn life. Like, I stopped talking to people, stopped talking to family, just, I became so distant. All I could think about was the breakup. Like, that was all I could think about was the breakup, and then on top of that, my brother died. So it was just like, my world was just crashing. About a month in, I started looking for an apartment. I ended up getting an apartment, moved to my apartment, and you know, you moving to your new place, you like, this supposed to be a happy moment. Still wasn't happy, because I felt like he was my happiness. I was dependent on him for happiness, so I didn't have any self-love, self-happiness, none of that. Yeah, after spending about the second month, 1 or 2 months, spending most of my time sad and depressed, I had got to a point where I just didn't, I wouldn't say, y'all, heartbreak is real. I wouldn't say I wanted to die, but I just wanted something to just remove the pain. Like, I wanted the pain to just be gone. And I didn't know any other, like, way. No, I wasn't gonna kill myself. I wasn't suicidal. I just didn't want to feel anything. I didn't want to feel it. Like, just take the pain away. It was one day I was crying so bad. I was thinking about him. Then I was thinking about my brother. And I was crying so bad, I was like, Selena, you gotta get it together. So I decided to call my pastor. And I know he was like surprised to hear from me, especially in that moment, because you could barely understand what I'm saying. I'm crying my eyes out. Like, I'm crying so bad, just asking him, like, what should I do? I just need some Bible scriptures or something. I need something to get me through this. And you can ask my pastor. I called him. I was texting him every day. I needed something to get me through this pain I was feeling. I had to get out of that depressed state. Like, I don't see how people go through it for so long. Like, and I don't see how people go through heartbreak. Heartbreak is real. I wouldn't wish heartbreak on anybody. That's how real it is. When I say it's painful, like, you can literally feel it. You can feel your heart breaking, y'all. Like, I was so depressed, like, and I thought in the past I had been depressed. No. I was depressed it was 3 or 4 months. It was a whole 3 or 4 months I spent being depressed and sad over the breakup. Yeah. So my pastor gave me, you know, a lot of words of wisdom. He helped me through it. I talked to my granny a few times, and, you know, she had already told me, my mom had already said, be careful with your heart. And I did not listen to him. I took that chance because I was just wanted love, just wanted that love from a man. And that's something I would never long for ever again. Like, Lord, if it's your will, have your way. But yeah, so yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I wouldn't say I hope it was helpful, because I wasn't trying to be helpful in any type of way, really. Be careful with your heart. Everybody's not gonna take care of it like you do. Don't date dudes with baby mothers. If the bitch ain't dead, he can go on ahead. That's my motto. All right. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Bye.